At this very moment in the world, every second, someone is biting into a crispy piece of fried chicken. Every second, 17 Big Macs are sold globally. Every minute, 3,000 fresh pizzas come out of a Domino's oven. This is the result of McDonald's, KFC, and Domino's having dominated the global fast food industry for over 70 years. Have you ever wondered why? Why does fried chicken taste exactly the same, whether you're in New York or Beijing? And how on earth is all this chicken actually processed? At McDonald's, each beef patty is precisely fixed at 45.4 grams, with a maximum margin of error of just 0.1 grams. This level of precision is comparable to the production standards of semiconductor factories. At Domino's, the entire process, from kneading the dough to the pizza arriving in your hands, takes only 10 minutes. Why do they need to be so precise and so fast? From their perspective, this is an industrial competition measured in seconds, standardized in grams, and driven entirely by profit. Today, Food Truth will take you inside the hidden factories of the three fast food giants. We'll see how humans use the power of machines, and how industrial systems are used to mass-produce consistently flavored fried chicken, pizzas, and Big Macs. The story begins with KFC. Let's look at a few numbers. In 2023, there were 3,800 KFC stores in the United States, generating approximately $5.16 billion in total revenue. In China, the number of outlets has exceeded 11,000, making it KFC's largest overseas market. China even has something called Crazy Thursday. It originally started as KFC's weekly Thursday promotion, featuring chicken nuggets, fried chicken, and other items. But today, it has evolved into a nationwide internet meme. Every Thursday, many people deliberately make a trip to KFC just for fried chicken. And the word crazy here isn't really about madness. It has become a symbol of enjoying fried chicken and releasing happiness. In Japan, KFC fried chicken is directly tied to Christmas. Every December, millions of families pre-order buckets of fried chicken in advance, treating it as the centerpiece of their Christmas dinner. You might assume that these global fast food giants, which shape the tastes of millions around the world, must have dramatic and legendary origin stories. But in reality, their beginnings are surprisingly simple. In 1930, in the small town of Corbin, Kentucky, USA, Harlan Sanders opened a modest roadside food stand next to a gas station. He spent 9 years studying how to make fried chicken taste better than anyone else, until 1939 when he finally developed a revolutionary pressure frying method. 13 years later, the first official KFC restaurant opened, and from that moment on, a single piece of fried chicken began reshaping the global food industry. KFC's poultry supply chain has long been kept confidential. Investigations by Reuters, Forbes, and the Wall Street Journal show that 3 major U.S. suppliers, Tyson Foods, Pilgrim's Pride, and Purdue Farms, together control more than half of the American poultry market. The entire journey of a live chicken from farm to table follows a fully industrialized production line that will completely change how you think about food. Once the live chickens arrive at the processing plant, they are placed onto a non-stop moving conveyor belt. The first step is rapid stunning using either electrical shock or carbon dioxide gas, designed to prevent stress responses in the birds that could negatively affect meat quality. Immediately after, an automated blade precisely severs the carotid artery to drain the blood, a process completed within seconds. The processed chickens are then immersed in hot water between 150 and 185 degrees Fahrenheit to loosen the feathers. Next, high-speed rotating rubber rollers remove the feathers completely. One of the most technologically advanced stages is the AI inspection system. Optical sensors scan every defeathered chicken, automatically detecting and removing any carcass with defects such as wounds, disease, or remaining feathers. Robotic arms then operate with surgical precision, cutting open the chicken's body cavity and extracting internal organs. The liver, heart, and gizzard are sorted and reused separately. Other byproducts are processed into animal feed or industrial materials. After high-pressure washing combined with food-grade disinfectants, the system measures each chicken's size and weight. Computer-controlled cutting machines then divide the meat into standardized portions, drumsticks, wings, and breasts, with extreme precision. The entire process requires almost no human intervention. A single live chicken can be slaughtered, processed, and vacuum packaged in just a few minutes. But what keeps KFC at the top of the industry has never been only this production line. Its real core advantage lies in something far more secretive, the 11-spice signature seasoning blend that is never publicly disclosed and is hidden even from store kitchens. Instead of applying for a patent, they deliberately chose not to, because a patent would require full public disclosure of the formula. To protect it, KFC splits the 11 spices between two independent suppliers, which produce them separately. A third facility then mixes them together into the final blend. As a result, no single company in the world has access to the complete recipe. Its level of secrecy is often compared to Coca-Cola's formula and even military-grade classified information. However, in 2016, there was a small but intriguing incident. Harlan Sanders' nephew, Joe Ledington, accidentally discovered a handwritten original recipe left behind by Sanders himself. He personally tried recreating it once. The result reportedly matched today's KFC fried chicken at about 95% similarity. Based on this, scientists speculate that the 11 spices may include basil, celery salt, paprika, ginger powder, black pepper, and the widely known ingredient monosodium glutamate, MSG. Next come the two most critical stages in KFC fried chicken production: breading and pressure frying. The breading process looks simple, but in reality it is extremely strict. Each piece of chicken is first soaked in brine to retain moisture and allow the seasoning to penetrate deep into the meat fibers. It is then coated in flour mixed with the 11-spice blend. Workers must press each piece into the flour at least 7 times. This ensures the coating adheres tightly to the surface and does not fall off during frying, preserving the final texture. The key technique that transforms the entire product is high-pressure, sealed frying. Unlike traditional deep frying, where food is simply dropped into an open oil pot, KFC uses a sealed, high-pressure fryer. At around 365 degrees Fahrenheit, the chicken is cooked for 7 to 10 minutes. The high-pressure environment reduces oil absorption, keeping the meat juicy and tender while the skin becomes crisp and audibly crunchy when bitten into. By comparison, its biggest rival, Popeyes, still relies on traditional open deep frying. The result is a crispier, more layered crust, but the meat inside is slightly less juicy than KFC's. This difference creates one of the most noticeable contrasts between the two brands in terms of texture and mouthfeel. From live poultry to finished fried chicken, every step is precisely controlled by algorithms, sensors, and industrial machinery. If KFC's winning formula is the almost alchemical blend of 11 spices, then McDonald's Big Mac takes a completely different approach. It turns burger making into something closer to semiconductor engineering. Let's start with a few numbers. More than 550 million Big Macs are sold worldwide every year. That's an average of 17.4 burgers per second. The Big Mac has even made its way into The Economist, inspiring the famous Big Mac Index, a tool used to compare purchasing power between different currencies. A fast food item influencing global economic measurement is already remarkable in itself, but the Big Mac's real power comes from its extreme, uncompromising standardization process. Everything begins with the beef itself. McDonald's guarantees that its patties are made from 100% pure beef with no preservatives or artificial additives. Its core suppliers include OSI Group, Keystone Foods, and Cargill, some of the largest food industry giants in the United States. On the surface, this all sounds completely ordinary, but inside the processing plants, whole cuts of beef first go through multiple rounds of quality inspection before being fed into industrial grinders and broken down into fine mince. Then comes a highly precise stage. Every beef patty is standardized at exactly 45.4 grams, 1.6 ounces. The allowable error is no more than 0.1 grams. High-pressure forming machines shape each patty uniformly, while weight and thickness are simultaneously monitored by dual sensor systems. Any patty that fails to meet the standard is automatically rejected. The level of precision rivals that of semiconductor manufacturing. It is almost as if the beef inside a burger is being treated like a microchip. The formed patties are then flash frozen using liquid nitrogen at minus 17.6 degrees Fahrenheit, allowing long-term freshness without the need for preservatives. At the heart of the Big Mac is its patented 3-layer bun design. The middle bun layer prevents the top and bottom patties from compressing the bread, while also supporting the sauces in separate layers, enhancing the complexity of flavor in every bite. Dedicated suppliers such as Arista, Dawn Foods, and East Balt Bakery produce these buns exclusively for the brand. The entire production line feels like something straight out of industrial science fiction. The dough is kneaded by industrial mixers, divided into equal portions by automatic cutting machines, and sesame seeds are evenly distributed by automated sprinkling systems, ensuring each bun carries a highly consistent seed count. The dough then enters a 430 degrees Fahrenheit oven for baking. After cooling for 30 minutes, it goes through final quality inspection before being released for shipment. This single bun alone represents the fusion of baking science, food engineering, and even material mechanics, all designed with one goal in mind: to ensure that when you take a bite, it doesn't stick to your mouth, doesn't crumble easily, and maintains its structure even after sitting for a long time. But to be honest, what really makes the Big Mac unforgettable is not the 2 beef patties, nor the 3-layer bun. It is the signature Big Mac sauce. The recipe for this sauce has been strictly confidential for over 50 years. It is produced exclusively by Kraft Heinz. Its main ingredients include mayonnaise, mustard, vinegar, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, vegetable oil, and most importantly, pickle relish. These ingredients are blended in a high-powered emulsifying machine until they form a perfectly smooth and uniform texture. Many customers even developed hidden ways to enjoy it, like dipping fries into Big Mac sauce, creating a surprisingly addictive flavor combination. Not sure if you've ever tried it. I have. Once everything is prepared, the assembly of the burger begins. And at this stage, it almost looks like a performance, performed by McDonald's staff with almost choreographed precision. The frozen beef patties are placed onto a dual-sided heated grill. At 425 degrees Fahrenheit, they are fully seared and cooked in just 42 seconds. The result is a juicy, flavorful patty with locked-in moisture. Meanwhile, the buns are placed on the toaster rack for 17 seconds, achieving the perfect balance between softness and elasticity. Then comes the standardized assembly process performed by staff. The bottom bun is placed first, followed by a measured amount of Big Mac sauce. Then comes diced onions, shredded lettuce, and a slice of American cheese, followed by a hot beef patty. A middle bun layer is added, and the entire sequence of ingredients is repeated. Finally, the top bun completes the burger. The entire assembly process must not exceed 30 seconds. From the moment a customer places an order to the moment they receive their meal, the total time is controlled within 90 seconds. When I think back to ordering from my phone and picking it up, it really is about that same time frame. And with that, we finish the burger section of our journey. Now we arrive at the final stop, Domino's Pizza, the fast food giant built on ultra-fast delivery. The brand once made a bold promise: 30-minute delivery or it's free. Domino's origins were far more humble. In 1960, a young man named Tom Monahan used just $900 to open a small pizza shop in Michigan. He had no secret recipe and no fancy flavors. He focused on only one thing: reducing delivery time. Through this obsession with efficiency, that small shop grew into a global chain operating in over 90 countries with more than 22,000 stores. Its signature pepperoni pizza became a sensation across North America, and behind every viral pizza lies a core idea: speed above everything else. Let's start with the standardized pizza dough base. The flour used in the dough is supplied by 2 major milling companies, Ardent Mills and General Mills. Inside the factory, flour, water, yeast, salt, and olive oil are mixed thoroughly by industrial equipment. The dough is fermented under precisely controlled temperature and humidity conditions. It is then automatically divided into equal portions. After hydraulic shaping, it is rapidly frozen and distributed to Domino's stores around the world. Next comes the tomato sauce. Domino's tomatoes are sourced from California, a region widely considered ideal for tomato cultivation due to its climate and soil conditions. There is a strict requirement that makes this even more remarkable. Freshly harvested tomatoes must be delivered to processing facilities within 6 hours. Once inside the plant, the tomatoes go through high-pressure water cleaning, a hot water bath to soften the skins, and automated peeling machines designed to remove only the thin outer layer with precision. They are then fed into industrial grinders, where they are turned into a smooth, thick sauce. Seasonings such as black pepper, salt, olive oil, oregano, garlic, onion, sugar, and basil are added. The mixture is then slow cooked at a constant temperature to balance its sweet and tangy profile. After vacuum sealing, the sauce is shipped to stores nationwide. But what truly gives the pizza its identity is the layer of glossy Italian pepperoni. To ensure consistent flavor, Domino's works with 2 of the largest meat producers in the United States, Smithfield Foods and Hormel Foods. The creation of pepperoni can be described as a kind of chemical fusion of pork and beef, engineered for maximum flavor consistency. The finished sausage is automatically sliced into uniform pieces. Image sensors then scan and filter out any slices that fail to meet quality standards. Each portion is carefully weighed and packaged to ensure that every pizza contains an identical number of pepperoni slices. The mozzarella cheese with its signature stretchiness comes from global dairy leader Leprino Foods. Fresh milk undergoes pasteurization, fermentation, curd formation, heating, and stretching, transforming into cheese with exceptional elasticity and meltability. Once all ingredients are ready, store employees begin the standardized preparation process. Skilled staff can complete the entire workflow, from dough preparation to oven loading, in just 2 minutes. The dough is hand-stretched and rotated to form a thickened edge crust, designed to prevent sauce overflow. A dough press machine calibrates the base thickness for consistency. Tomato sauce and cheese are applied evenly, followed by pepperoni slices. No manual counting is needed. After thousands of repetitions, employees can accurately control portions instinctively. The pepperoni is arranged evenly with no overlap and no gaps. The assembled pizza is then placed into a 500-degree Fahrenheit oven. It bakes in just 6 to 7 minutes. The cheese fully melts, the pepperoni edges curl slightly, and the crust becomes crisp on the outside while staying soft inside. Immediately after baking, it is sliced and placed into Domino's signature red and blue box. From dough to packaging, the entire process takes only about 10 minutes. This is the core reason Domino's is confident enough to promise ultra-fast delivery. After breaking it down, it's not hard to see a pattern. These three brands operate in completely different product categories, but their underlying logic is actually the same. They turn cooking into a standardized, repeatable process and transform food preparation into a form of precision industry. KFC built its market position on 11 secret herbs and spices, along with its proprietary pressure frying technique. McDonald's relies on beef patties weighed to exact specifications and a Big Mac sauce recipe that has been kept secret for over 50 years to define its signature identity. Domino's, on the other hand, depends on extreme delivery efficiency and rapid production to enable fast, on-time delivery. All of them replace traditional hand-prepared cooking with standardized industrial systems, making food more consistent in taste, more efficient to produce, and safer to consume, while also lowering overall prices. This industrialized production model is still continuously evolving today, quietly reshaping the way people eat. And without mentioning it, you would never really notice. But each year, these three companies combined consume a staggering number of chickens, cows, and pigs, far beyond what most people can imagine. This is Food Truth. If you enjoy my content, feel free to like and subscribe. And if you want to dig deeper into the hidden stories behind food, leave a comment below.